Good morning from Las Vegas, Nevada. Today I want to talk a little bit about slaves, white slaves mainly. I know there's been a lot of news about black slaves, but there was a large number of white slaves here in the U.S. and there was more white slaves than black slaves. How that came about was there was a lot of recruitment in Europe to come over to the U.S. to be planters and help people out on the farms and do different type of businesses and stuff like that. So there was a great need for labor here in the U.S. They had a lot of land, but they didn't have the people, the labor. So they had to figure out a way to get labor to the U.S. And one of the ways was to offer people on a contract where they could have come over and eventually work for so many years, and at the end of their contract would be given some land or property to sustain themselves. So a lot of people in Europe, that was a great incentive to come over. And when people got here, mainly the white slaves, it was hard work. You know, if you work on a farm or something like that, you know, that was hard work. And you eventually had to, you know, do whatever the owners tell you to do, you know, just to try to fulfill your contract. And people, sometimes people ran away and stuff like that, but what happened there was that was like a breaking of your contract if you decide to leave. And generally what happened was you get added more years onto your contract. So one of the famous ancestors of the white slaves that was brought over here was Jimmy Carter. As you know, he was one of the presidents that was from Georgia. And I think his family was into farming and the peanuts and stuff like that. So he's one of the most noted white slaves well, generally they call them servants, that was brought over here to this country.